I was on the wrong mic twice yesterday. Got my shipping notification from my Bajent orange CEO shirt and Colton Mertens mug from Vindicate. That's awesome.
Nice.
Whew. I don't watch Star Wars, and I don't turn people away from. No one ever asks me for foot pics. I was thinking about the difference between my reality and Haley Adams' reality. Like we don't even live like remotely in the same worlds.
Yeah.
Like not even a little bit. I think there's this metric for like happiness. This is kind of a really rough description of it, but the least and the least you can be offended, the happier you are in general.
Agreed.
And so the less ego you have, or the more ego you have under control, that's under your control, as opposed to control by people externally, the happier you are.
Mm-hmm.
Like your kid will say something to you like, man, your car's why do we drive such an ugly car? And some people might get offended by that. And so emotionally, is that what emotional IQ is? How close you are to where the peak would be enlightenment, where it's like almost nothing could offend you. Nothing could offend you.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
I think so. I thought emotional IQ mostly referred to like you being able to sense other people, but the way you say it actually makes more sense. You know, when they're like, "Oh, look at the way they treated him in the meeting. That was so good. He has a really high like emotional IQ."
Right.
But really, it makes more sense if you have your emotions in check.
Like when you see really high level debaters, they like the guys who are really good seem to have like a really high emotional IQ. They don't get thrown off by they don't get thrown off by their own ego when they're attacked.
Mm-hmm. I don't think you can have like you can't be reactionary and be happy because it's nothing's within your control.
Like if someone calls you fat and that bothers you, does that automatically like you have a third level emotional IQ, third grade emotional IQ?
Yeah, it's low. It's low.
If someone calls you a racial slur and it upsets you, like are you kindergarten level emotional IQ?
Yeah.
Like are we just surrounded by morons, like emotional morons?
I mean, when it comes to guys, I think definitely because majority of them are the type of guy that's like, if they see something on TV and they're like, if that was my daughter, oh, that dude wouldn't be alive anymore. It's like it's almost like they're like looking for a reason for something, and I
Yeah,
think that
that
goes to the
you
racial
you,
slur thing.
you triggered me.
Maybe a child was the wrong one or something. If that guy would have said that to me, or if he would have done that to me.
I'm just tripping. I'm tripping that late at night I'm looking at videos. I saw this video yesterday where they're trying to pass a law where if you homeschool your kids, the government can do searchless warrants on your house. So basically, there was this kid who was being homeschooled who was molested, and they're using and obviously there's kids being molested all over the fucking place, in school, out of school, just everywhere. But they
Right.
were arguing that because of this one case, that now they should pass searchless warrants, or is that what they're called? Basically, allowed to search your home without a warrant if you're homeschooled. That's one of the rights you give up if you homeschool your kids. I'm like, what the fuck? Meanwhile, my peers that I'm in reality with are like, "Ooh, gross. He asked for a foot pic. Oh, I wonder what the newest Star Wars film is." I mean, do you know what I mean? I don't
Yeah,
mean to
yeah,
poo
yeah.
I try not to poo-poo it, but
I
I'm not even in your
different realities. Yes,
yeah,
for sure.
yeah, yeah.
You're worried about having autonomy over your kid's education and not have your home searched by the state. And others are worried about when the next Star Wars movies come out, if it's gonna be good or not.
Yeah, it's like,
Do you envy that?
no,
That
no,
reality?
no.
Dude, I used to have this friend that it didn't matter what he did, he just kind of like doo-doo-dee through life, right? And it was like you're like, why don't you care about anything? This is crazy. And part of me always
But
envied.
she does care. But here's the
I'm not
thing.
referring to Haley Adams. I'm referring to
Yeah,
there's just certain
but she
people,
cares.
you know.
She cares that people ask her for foot pics. She has an opinion on that, but she doesn't have an opinion. She has an opinion on that and an opinion on Star Wars. And I'm not even saying it like, I mean, I didn't
I
have
don't mean to
any
laugh at
opinions.
her, but it's just a funny
I didn't have any
comparison.
opinions when I was 22. I just cared about like
Like
the
who you're
price of
hooking up with
Goldschlag.
next and like if the
Yeah,
dude's gonna show up with the weed or not.
exactly.
Hold on one second. I think someone's out there. Hold on.
Do we have toilet paper in the house in my apartment? That's what I cared about. Absolutely fucking nuts. And what made me think of it too, what actually started me off on it is some people in, I guess, Europe were like, "Hey, we don't know who Seth Rollins is," and so that was a miss. I'm like, dude, I don't know who this Sith is, or that thing that they were talking about yesterday. What made me think of it, Souza? What made me think of it? It's okay. What made me think of it, Souza, is that some people in the comments were like, "Hey, the Seth Rollins things was a total miss for people in Europe."
Oh,
But because they don't know who he is, I'm like, dude, I don't even
right.
know who Taylor Swift is. I can tell you one of Taylor Swift's songs.
Hey, I don't really know who Seth Rollins is either. Like I
I
do,
don't
I
know.
know he's a
And
WWE guy, but that's
right,
it.
right,
Yeah.
and I only know about him through CrossFit.
Right. Me too. Yeah. Yeah.
Yesterday, is CTP Cam. Did you notice that they make him black and white in the show?
I like it.
Racist. I'll give you one darker. I spend more time than I care to admit caring about how they ruined Star Wars. It's a shit way to live. God, they really did ruin Star Wars. I watched the first 3, and then I watched one other one time, and they had a cartoon character mixed with the real people.
Is that it for you? You can't
And I
suspend the
was like,
belief to watch it?
no. I'm like,
It's a wrap.
what? Who put this cartoon character in this movie? And it was like it was like a cartoon character with dreadlocks. It was weird. It was a weird character. He was weird. Oh, I saw Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I thought that was cool as shit.
Okay, it's a mix of reality and cartoons right there.
Yeah, I don't want to tell you that I'm completely closed-minded.
You make exceptions.
I did. Oh, here we go. Look at Harry. Harry balls on you. WWE is big in Europe. Okay, well, shit. In this world where we have the cure for the most vexing problem, there's a cohort of highly visible people who are posting pictures of themselves that look like they could be on porn boxes and are dealing with young men wanting foot pics. By the way, I'm not suggesting Haley Adams post pictures that look like they could be on a porn box. Will Brandstetter. Will, what are you doing? You should be like taping wire to the floor somewhere right now.
Yeah, where's the gaffing tape, bro? Come on.
I know. Will, as soon as we get off the show, Will, Susan and I are headed over to set up a shoot here in Arizona, by the way. So we're half as talented as you are. So now you show your Star Wars IQ, but yesterday you wanted to grandstand with Haley that you don't meddle in these inferior delicacies of life. Okay, yes. I don't know what that I like the word delicacies, though. Need the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov back and the Ugandan headhunter. Those guys are probably all dead.
In wheelchairs and shit.
This is a Born Primitive shirt. I brought all my Born Primitive shirts out here to Arizona, along with the fantastic mobile studio. I'm rocking the Born Primitive.
Hey, they need to make that into a shoe.
The snake.
Put it on the Savage one, where like,
Oh, I like that.
you know, they have they have the American flag colored one. Do like a little Gaston flag one.
I'd wear the white shoe if they spiced it up a little bit. It needs a little red, or they could if they put this snake on it.
Mm-hmm.
I have to sniffle. Hold on. I'm almost better. I did 2 shows this week here at the house without paper and pencil, and it was so fucking weird. Like I would just like raise my hand up to write, and I would have no pencil and no paper.
Just you're like me in high school, just pretending that you paid attention.
Yeah.
Yes, so you don't have a pen or paper.
I'm 170 pounds. I'm 5'5". I have an enormous back and enormous titties, and it fits pretty good. It doesn't look like, you know, like I don't get the crease under my tits like I do with some shirts. Like I actually have boobs.
It's got a good drape.
Yeah.
You know, it's got a good lay. Yeah, that is a cool shirt.
Yeah. It's got one little BP logo
on
the back. Did you? Oh, we watched the presidential debate yesterday together.
We did. Yeah. Yeah.
I know most of you know this. Bear with me. The solution that Joe Biden's offering at the border that he's complaining that the Republicans aren't passing involves three major elements. Increasing the number of officers at the border, increasing the amount of judges so that once they're in this country. Oh, that is my cup over there, Haley. I'll take another cup. Or I'll just take hot water if you could just make hot water in it. Increase the number of judges so that the people who've come into the country, we can get them situated faster. And there was a third one. I forget what it was. I think it was related to their housing or their jobs, something like that. That is not the point. The point is not to integrate the illegal aliens faster into society. That is not the point. What we don't want is people breaking into the country illegally, getting caught, then released and given a court date. We're not trying to get through the illegal people and make them legal faster. There is a protocol already. There is a protocol already to get into this country. We let 1 million people in legally every year. The goal is not to integrate illegal people that come over the border faster. That is not what we want. We want a sovereign nation where people can be vetted as they come into the country and they can go through the application process. Right now, when people come into the country illegally, they don't even have to come into the country illegally. They can just be at the border. The Border Patrol is greeting them and releasing them. This is absolutely batshit crazy. In the last 72 hours, we've had 21,000 new illegal aliens come into the country. And to conflate it with that we don't want immigrants coming to this country, absolutely insane. It was a disgusting speech yesterday. It was a disgusting speech.
I'm surprised he got that much out of the border. All as I got was he was like, and I say, stop it. Stop it. And everybody like erupted in applause. And I was like, holy shit.
Their solution for the border is not a solution at all. It's basically if someone robbed your house, the solution would be, hey, let's help them load the pillowcase with as much stuff as possible and then get them out of the house. That's our solution.
Yeah, and we're going to hand them a pillowcase when they come in just so that way they don't take one extra thing.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane to and then to pin it on Donald Trump or to pin it on the Republicans is absolutely insane. And then of course the bill is filled with all sorts of other insane things.
Mm-hmm. They'll usher in a bunch of other shit with it and give them IDs. And then those IDs, they'll be allowed to vote, even though they're not going to be citizens, but they're going to say, oh, well, they have court cases and they will be passed. So technically they're citizens. So their vote and they should be able to vote because it's going to affect the places that they live. That's, you know what I mean? It's all what it's about.
I have a little trivia fact for you. Ready for this?
Yeah.
Way off subject.
Cool.
I called Dave yesterday to congratulate him on the Open.
Mm.
And he shared this with me. Guess what size shoe Colton Mertens wears?
I feel like it's either going to be really small or really big. And I think because the reason why you brought it up, it's big. I'm going to say it's like he wears like an 11.
That's a fantastic guess. Today at the show at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Taylor Self versus the World. Thank you, dear. If I wasn't married already, I'd marry you. That shirt looks great on you.
I made it look like she handed both of us the coffee.
Oh, that was good.
Oh, thank you.
Here. No. Put your hand out. Put your hand out there. Here you go. Here, have a coffee, Susan. There you go. Now you bring your arm in. There you go. That. Taylor Self versus the World at 4 p.m. today, Pacific Standard Time. Paper Street Coffee will be giving away. Last week's guy won $200 gift certificate from the Paper Street website. I thought it was a foreigner. Now I'm starting to think it wasn't. I felt sorry for Gabe that he had to like mail something to someone in a foreign country. But we will be doing that. Yes, it is a size 11.
Oh, really? No shit.
He goes, holy shit. And Dave's a size 12. Dave's got a big foot. So Dave says to him, hey, dude, you got a fucking giant foot. What size is that? He goes, 11. Dave's like, my God. Colton's like, I'm going to grow into it.
Fucking love that guy.
I wonder if Colton walks like a duck. Dave walks like a duck a little bit. He got big feet. His feet go out a little bit. Like he got a little bit of clown walk.
Yeah, Dave kind of moves a little awkward. You ever watch that guy do a thruster?
Dave?
Yeah.
No, I can't picture it. But I can picture him once he's been running for a long time, his feet get really wide like this. He turns his toes up.
He's used to running in boots and stuff.
Yeah, we're filming the BSI event. That is correct. Broken Science Initiative. Is that what the I stands for? Initiative?
Yep.
That is correct. Yesterday I mentioned in the show that this is fucking insane. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Woke capitalism at its worst. The North Face racial inclusion course sparks backlash as DEI discount comes under scrutiny. This is going to blow you away.
So you were serious about when you said that with
outdoor apparel retailer, the North Face is currently under scrutiny as their DEI course in exchange for a discount has gone viral. Basically, you have to admit that black people are inferior. And if you say that, then you get 20% off. It's termed allyship in the outdoors. 20% off and promo code for online shopping for their website for customers outside North America. There's a great line down here from it. Privilege can give us access to the outdoors. That means some people can enjoy advantages that they inherit from birth and or accumulate over time. For example, aspects of identity can give privilege and relate to religion, gender, wealth, sexual orientation, ability, or citizenship status. That means absolutely nothing. In this particular context, we refer to white privilege, meaning that your race and skin color can give you access to the outdoors when others can be excluded because of historic, enduring racism and biases. Holy shit, dude! So that goes back to the in victimhood also is a anywhere you play the victim, it's impeding on your happiness and your emotional IQ. This is tied into emotional IQ. When you play the victim, you have a low emotional IQ. And by the way, When anyone who's thinking about themselves, which is different than focusing on yourself, thinking about yourself, two very different things. There's a unhappiness is around the corner. There's a great line down here. Hold on, let me see. Allyship means playing an active role in making change happen for those who lack power and privilege as member of an underrepresented minority group. The most important thing to remember is that allyship is a verb, not a noun. Allyship is active, not passive, which means you need to practice it. You need to treat them differently. You have to treat them differently. You have to believe they are inferior. By the way, if you grew up in a Democrat household, you already know that. You already know that you treat them inferior. It's always couched as kindness, but you already think the Mexicans and blacks are inferior. And then you feel sorry for them. In our everyday lives, we need to be consistently challenged and ask ourselves, will this contribute to making people of color feel welcomed and accepted in the outdoors? Oh yeah, that's what I want if I'm black. I want a bunch of people standing around wondering if I feel included.
Well, I'd be an ally. I'd go over and make sure.
How can we show up for others who lack the power and privilege we hold? By the way, have you noticed that every chief of police in the news now is a black person? Like you don't see any white chiefs of police anymore. And more it's women, black women with short hair.
In democratic cities, and they're talking all the time because the crime is running rampant.
Yes. Yeah.
That's why they get highlighted the most.
And how they want to reduce crime is change the definition of crime.
Makes sense.
Yeah. You want crime to go away? Make it okay to steal cars. All of a sudden, car theft vanishes.
We could do the same with obesity too.
I'm brown, so I don't need this equity course. Does that mean I can get a discount? I will never buy North Face again. I'm not interested in participating in open racism disguised as kindness. God, this is so bad.
Sitting pretty high and mighty with your privilege to the outdoors out there, huh?
Absolutely insane.
What is the implication of that? What does that mean? Like, I don't understand.
They don't understand.
Okay.
You mean what's it look like? Like if you're on a trail and a black guy's walking towards you, you take a knee. You offer him a sandwich. It's fucking crazy.
It's fucking wild, dude.
You have to see them as less than you. You have to see them as victims.
Isn't it ironic that like their claim is like you have white privilege, but then you're gonna do something that then makes you see other people as inferior, so then you need to help them? Wouldn't that also just be showcasing the fact that you're better than subconsciously because you're the person that's becoming an ally and helping the people that are less than?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That was crazy. We had to go through some loop-de-loops to get. I almost lost it halfway through too, and just took a knee. I almost lost it and then just took a knee just to be safe. You know what I mean?
It gets weirder. Hold on. Yes, I will send you foot pics later. Let me finish my podcast. Sorry, texting someone here. Oh, my favorite Star Wars is Return of the Wacky Dackies. Yeah, episode 7. Oh my god, I love it when he pulls out the new red lightsaber. That's
hey, cool. Get off Snapchat, dude. Come on.
Sorry. Just tending to my herd. Okay, this is gonna fucking blow your fucking mind.
That North Face thing was crazy.
A series of steps would need to happen before the judge can restrict a person's movement because of fears they could commit a hate crime, Federal Justice Minister Arif Virani said. This is in Canada. Let me read that to you again. Before a judge can restrict a person's movement because of fears they could commit a crime. I know what I've heard from victims and whether that's the rise of hatred that we're seeing against Jews, Jewish victims, Muslim victims right now. People are concerned about rising spike of hatred. To address freedom of expression concerns, Virani said that under the new rule, platforms would only be compelled to remove material within a tight 24-hour time frame. Hold on. The legislation also seeks to amend the law so that someone who fears a person will commit a hate crime, including hate propaganda offense such as advocating for genocide or inciting hatred, can ask a judge to impose conditions on that person. So if I see something you post, Souza, I can ask a judge to force you to do what's that called? Home arrest. If I fear it, that's real thought police shit. They got real
100%. That's
they got
exactly what I was going to say. Yep.
they got
Yep.
real thought police shit trying to pass through in Canada.
Yep. That's crazy. So you could post something that I disagree with, and maybe it goes against the narrative that they're trying to tell, and I could pass that now to a judge, and you'll become a person of interest to them, if not be placed on house arrest.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Hey, so listen, if you're like, well, fuck the Republicans, fuck Trump, fuck this, fuck that, like you're like that. Just remember, none of these things that I'm bringing up get 20% off if you admit black people are inferior, or that you can put people in jail for thinking that you're going to be hurt. There's not a single Republican who backs these things. All the child genital mutilation stuff that they're trying to pass, not a single Republican. Like it's just a values thing at this point. Holy fuck, Canada is fucked.
That's pretty scary.
Oh, let us continue. Let us continue with the great company. I don't even know who makes Doritos. I think it's the same people who own Pizza Hut. Doritos just hired a self-described pedophile as a brand ambassador. You're like, no.
Holy shit, that's not real.
You're like, no. Not. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. Okay, baby girl. Yeah. Attican. Oh my God, he's such a hunk. Okay. Sorry. I got a lot of. I'm busy.
Yeah, you got a lot going on over there.
I'm busy. I have a wide spectrum of interest.
Hey, you know who owns Dorito? I just did a little. You'll like this.
Yeah.
Frito-Lay owns Dorito. You know who owns Frito-Lay?
Oh, BlackRock.
Pepsi.
Yeah. Go figure. The transgender artist, please, Samantha Hudson. The guy's name is Samantha Hudson. A clip was posted showing the person previously advocating for the destruction and annihilation of the traditional family. I advocate for the destruction and annihilation of the traditional family, brand ambassador of Doritos said. It's this thing right here.
What?
Okay, ready? Brace yourself. At a Newsweek report, liberal magazine, points to charges that Hudson allegedly previously posted the statement, quiero hacer cosas gamberas como meterme a una niña de 10 y 2, is that, or 12?
12.
10 y 2? 12 años por el ojete to social media. It translates, I want to do thuggish things like stick a 12-year-old girl up her asshole. That's the Doritos ambassador. Hey, dude, can't you just see that and that's not a good ambassador? Does eating Doritos lead to this, or does this lead to eating Doritos?
The age-old question, chicken or the egg?
Another tweet from 2014 is said to read, in the middle of the street, Malorcor in panties and screaming that I'm a nymphomaniac in front of super beautiful 8-year-old girls. The artist claimed it was a joke. Listen, as a professional comedian, as an amateur comedian, sorry, I almost got ahead of myself.
Yeah. Oh.
That's not a joke. That's not a joke. There once was a man from Nantucket. He had a dick so long he could suck it. He said with a grin while wiping his chin, if my ear were a cunt, I would fuck it. That's a joke. That's
you could be
a
the
joke.
cool. You could be the Cool Ranch Doritos ambassador with that one.
That's a joke.
What is happening there with that face?
Oh my goodness. This page is no longer available. Hold on. Oh my God. There's a new Star Wars coming out. Oh wait, hold on. I have to take some feet pics. No one's ever asked me for a picture. No one's ever asked me for a picture of my feet.
Me either.
Ever.
Does that
Can you imagine?
Make you feel? Does it make you feel sad?
Yeah. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if? Are you into feet at all?
No.
I do have friends. I'm starting to realize the power of feet, though. I do have friends. I do have friends who are into feet. I do. I have a friend who told me recently that if no matter how hot a chick was, if he didn't like her feet, he wouldn't be interested in her. It could be a deal breaker.
Wait. Okay. So does that mean they're into feet, or they just get weirded out if the feet look gross? Because those might be two different things. You know, like if they're like a toe sucker, or they're just like, hey, if the second toe is bigger than the big toe, it's going to be a no from me.
Yeah, for some reason that I lump those up together. But if you want to draw a distinction, I'll cut them some slack. Okay.
Am I slicing it too thin there? Am I slicing it too thin?
2 accounts ago, I posted a picture of my feet, and I did it because I have really ugly feet, and I just was like, you know what, I need to get over this.
Have you seen like the younger like YouTubers, like the Mr. Beast age crowd and younger, and like that? I kind of put a lot of those YouTubers together that they, whenever they're filming something now and they don't have shoes on, they all blur their feet. Have you seen that yet?
No.
Oh yeah, dude.
Is that like blocking out your nipples because they know there's people who are so into feet that they don't want someone jacking off on your feet? Oh my God. Wow.
And I saw one guy did it with it's like him and his wife have like an Instagram and that they cut stuff from their YouTube from. And he was like filming stuff with her. And it was super subtle because she was standing in the garage barefoot. And every time he'd pan, it looked like a smudge on the screen. Yeah. And I was watching on Instagram and I'm like, oh, he's blurring her feet. And then you go to the comments and a ton of people are like, why would you do that to us? Unblur the feet. Why would you blur the feet?
Yeah, I'm in a totally different reality. I'm in a totally different reality. I asked this chick to come on the podcast a handful of times. Got no response. Okay, here we go.
Try and only shop white owned during White History Month. White is king. So today I'm going to wear my white girl magic shirt. I think I'm going to start a white student union club at my school. Oh my gosh, you want to touch my hair? That's so racist. I'm going to watch the white movie section on Netflix today. White is beautiful. Just my skin.
That one kind of hit me weird.
Which one? The Netflix?
Just the fact that there's a black movie section like on Apple and on Netflix. Like that shit's weird. That shit's a little weird.
Because you can't switch it with anything else and not have it be extremely racist.
Yeah, well, you could put Asian films.
Or Latinx. Not Latinx.
I heard Kelly Starrett say that once. I was like, what? That one didn't stick, right? That didn't stick anywhere.
No. That got rejected quick.
Color makes me shine. I'm going to try and only shop white owned during White History Month. White is king.
Imagine if you only shopped white stores. Imagine if you before you bought something at a store, you cared what the color of the person's skin was.
Ew. Feels gross.
But you'd buy Doritos from there. I only buy Doritos, but from black-owned stores. I buy the pedophile brand. Holy moly. I'm trying to explain to my liberal friends that like, hey, don't worry about Trump at all. Like just find some values and stick to them. Find some values and stick to them. and then choose your person that way. That's it. No emotion, just values. Just use your intellect. There's not a single Republican out there that supports child genital mutilation behind your parents' back.
Is discrimination happening in America right now? Legal, systemic racism, discrimination, but it's not necessarily happening against brown folk. It's happening against Asians and whites on the books. That's why I fought against Prop 16, because for one, those of us with brown skin, we don't need standards lowered. We can meet the standards. So please don't do that to us. Okay. And secondly, it creates resentment. When I went and got my 4-year degree and then I went and got my master's, we sat around a room. This was at UC Santa Cruz, which is like a total liberal, horrible college. And we sat around the room and we shared our GPAs. Mine was the lowest. And there was a white guy that said, "Oh, you got in here because you're a black woman." And I was like, why would you say that? Blah, 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 blah. And now I look back and I'm like, you know what? Maybe it was because of the color of my skin, because they do that now. I actually got a $40,000 scholarship because I'm black. That's not happening for white kids. It's not like you can apply and get a white kid $40,000 scholarship. They would not let that happen. So there is systemic racism in this country, just not the crazy woke liberal college professor systemic racism that's being taught. There is discrimination happening in America right now. Legal.
It is completely appropriate and justified and okay and politically correct to ask anyone who's not white if they got and Asian, if they got the job because of, did you get this job because you're a woman? Totally fine. Did you get this job because you're a lesbian? Totally fine. Did you get this job because you're gay? Totally fine. Did you get this job because you're black? These are all legitimate questions now.
And now
those are not racist questions.
Now you can add pedophiles to that list.
Yeah, exactly. Those are not sorry, Asians. You guys are I think maybe you guys are even lower than the white people.
They tried to bring them in the mix, but they rejected it too.
They hate you. You're way too successful. I every once in a while I title one that says racism is fun. Okay, I posted this on Instagram, and it triggered someone, and we got into it in the DMs, but they finally acquiesced. Check this one out. Here we go. I sent this guy a DM and asked him for a foot pic. Oh shit, I have the gay spin wheel. Oh, there it is. It's back. Okay, you know the gay spin wheel?
Oh yeah.
PCs don't have that. Only Apples do. Okay, here we go.
We as blacks have been so rewarded for being victims. We create our group identity around our victimization. We believe that our victimization is our primary power in American life. That's the hammer we have to hit white America over the head with. We use that rather than develop our own talents, our own skills, rather than competing with other groups. And so we get weaker and weaker.
So he's not talking about blacks. We have plenty of people, white people in the CrossFit community who do this. So I want you to listen to this again and just say, we as people. We as people. Listen.
We as blacks have been so rewarded for being victims. We create our group identity around our victimization. We believe that our victimization is our primary power in American life.
Yeah, that's a whole cohort now. That's a whole cohort of people. Chris Rock said it in his stand-up routine.
Mm-hmm.
There's different ways of getting attention or getting power. Be really good at something, do something infamous, like release a sex tape, and play the victim. And then there was one more, be notorious or something. I forget what the fourth one was.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. There's a whole class of people, and they're not just all black. But and there's a whole machine pushing people as that is a method to get power.
Mm-hmm.
Come join us. We're this victim class. Come join us. We're this victim class. Hey, the problem with that is you will not get ahead and you will not be happy.
Well, exactly.
I walk around happy all day and I don't play the victim.
If you say if you take away somebody's control and you take away somebody's options, I think that leads to depression because you feel helpless, right? Like lack of options, lack of autonomy over your decisions and stuff.
Yep.
And so it's the easiest way to make a group of people feel that same way, because now if I say, Sevon, hey, it's not your fault, man. Like this whole system's built against you. You need to, do this, and I'm going to make sure that we help. We're going to find you allies, and I'm going to do this for you, and I'm going to do that for you. And then you start to own that narrative. Now you're like, why? I can't do anything because the cards are stacked against me. Don't you understand? And then you just play that role, and you give away your ability to make any of your own decisions or to take your life into your own control, because you're just playing the victim. So
and then you go to CVS and you get blue hair dye and you run by the tattoo shop and get a septum ring, and now you've gotten some control back. You're like, oh my God, I have control again.
Where's my Doritos?
My internet is down. Now I'm stuck to comment from a phone like a peasant. Don't play the victim, please. No, I'm joking.
See, there you go. He's powerless.
Joe Westerland, just got here. I don't know what we're talking about. I just know Armenians are taking over. I watched this video on Instagram this morning, and it was 8 minutes of how Jews have taken over the music industry and how bad they fucked Michael. They have taken over the music industry. They've always been in control of the music industry, and how bad they fucked Michael Jackson. But then at the end, it's a black guy that ends up fucking P. Diddy. But they never reference to him as a black guy. It's just the Jews.
And then P. Diddy bangs all the new upcoming rappers. Is that
basically?
Shit rolls downhill.
I think there's a lot of weird sexual shit that happens in the entertainment industry.
Why do you think that is?
Sex is just leveraged a lot. I mean, sex is probably leveraged a lot in a lot of industries.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But particular in those two, it seems to always, like politics in Hollywood.
There's probably more free time on a movie set and in the music studio to get a blowjob than, when you're working at Safeway. Hey, you want me to promote you from stalker to checker? Yeah, suck this dick.
Well, it's only a 20-cent raise, so I don't think so.
Right. What percentage of the world are into feet? It's got to be less than 5%.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, dude. It seems like I'm seeing feet stuff everywhere now.
Did you watch any of Tucker Carlson's reaction to the State of the Union?
I watched like 30 seconds of it this morning.
Yeah, that guy could spin stuff hard, huh?
Tucker?
Yeah.
Yeah, he started saying stuff that I didn't see right away.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
He said that Biden called Trump a Nazi or something. I didn't pick up on that.
That's what I said. I was like, fuck, did I miss that part or what? And I was like,
okay, so that's the same thing you saw.
Yep. That's what I was wondering your take on it.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, that's you're going a little too hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe he got through that speech, to be honest.
I'm telling you, dude, watch. If anybody wants to check this out and see what I saw and tell me maybe I'm wrong, when he came out, he looked like a dude where the ecstasy had just kicked in and he had walked into the club. Like he had this, you know what I mean? Look on his face when he walked into that building. In the first portion of his speech, he wasn't really stumbling. He had a nice flow. And then slowly you saw this start to shrink. And then all the words started to fuck up too. And my favorite thing to watch whenever he speaks is usually he has his whole group behind him. But in this case, it was just Kamala. Like if you watch her, when he starts fumbling, she like tenses up.
Yeah,
like we develop some plan and you're like, okay, you got to go say this, and that. And I'm like, okay, and you're just hanging on my every word, like, fuck, you better follow this plan. Don't veer off, and you could like see it on her. But yeah, go back and check that out.
Every Democrat went home. All the congressmen, men and women and senators, they all went home and they were like, holy shit, he did it. Like, oh my God.
And they drowned a lot of his stuff out with applause. Did you hear the
Yeah.
counts when they give like how many applause breaks? I think he had the most applause breaks, and that makes perfect sense because that's the best way to like cut you off and then make what you said sound that much better. So if you say something and you start to trail or the point doesn't hit, if we just get a ton of people just to stand up and start applauding it, you get a break,
Yeah.
you move on to the next thing, and it feels like that was triumphant.
Right. Excuse me. Type 1 lifting. I heard some dudes are into armpits as well. God, I love armpits and lats. But listen, I've never taken my penis and been like, hey, can you put your arm up and then put my penis in there, close your arm and fuck someone's armpit.
That's a little weird.
I've never asked anyone for an armpit picture.
Little armpit play?
Yeah.
A little armpit play?
Yeah.
Little pit play?
Yeah. I never asked anyone for any picture. I've never asked anyone, hey, can you send me a picture of your tits or nothing.
Oh man, you haven't lived.
I know.
Go ahead. Play roulette. Just spin on the phone, hit the first person, send a message, see what you get.
Send me a picture of your titties. Okay, here we go.
Excited to announce California's new $20 minimum wage for fast food restaurants.
Quick question. Why is there a very specific exemption for fast food chains that have bakeries?
We just felt like that's fair.
And that would apply to Panera Bread, correct?
I guess it would.
Well, one of Gavin Newsom's longtime donors, Glenn Flynn, owns 24 Panera Bread locations in California and has been a very outspoken critic of the $20 minimum wage. That wouldn't have anything to do with this, would it?
How dare you?
Is that sandwich from Panera?
No comment. We're so excited.
So this is interesting because I fact checked this.
Yeah.
And you know, there's reputable sources saying that, hey, this is 100% true.
Mm-hmm.
I guess reputable is questionable, but like Bloomberg says it's 100% true.
I think they backtracked it.
But yeah. But then if you look at this, if Gavin Newsom's saying it's absolutely not true.
Yeah, so I think it sounds like it was, and then once it started to catch attention, they smudged it out real quick, and then were like, that's not true.
Can you think of any logic why they would make it so that places with bakeries don't have to raise minimum wage? Like, does that make sense to you at all? Like, can you think of any justification for that?
No, and in fact, I can't even really think of a justification for the government to get involved and set a minimum wage.
Right. Hey, what do you think about raising corporate tax?
I'm all for it. Hey, that dude, everything he was saying about that portion was just, I mean, that's when you know the bullshit meter is just off the charts, because all those people that donate and all his donors and all the Democratic Party donors and those are the ones that benefit the most from the tax policies and the different things that they usher in. So they're not going to do any of that. I mean, that was the one, like when Trump came out and said that in the debates in whatever 2016 against Hillary, and was like, she's not going to do any of this. And yes, I took advantage of all those tax laws, just like her donors did. And here they are in the audience and started naming them. And he's like, and that's why it'll never change. It was like that moment was like the first time I think on a debate stage we have presidential candidates where like the truth gleaned through for a minute. And it was like, fuck, that was the most honest thing that had been said on there.
I want people to ask the question, would you rather have Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, and Bill Gates spending money, or would you rather have them give it to the government?
Yeah, I'd rather have control over my own money as a business owner. So I think I could deploy that capital, that money. I could spend that money on things that are going to improve other people's lives or build my business and turn it into jobs and everything else than it would, because once the money goes into the hands of the government, they don't know how to deploy capital. It's wasteful. It's incredibly wasteful.
That's the whole thing. So Elon's starting a new company and it employs 1,000 people, or the government is going to hire is going to do what with it?
No, send it to Ukraine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
And innovation doesn't come from that. Like people will say, well, government grants are given through tax dollars to help support innovation, but that's not what we're talking about in this case. We're talking about a
No.
higher tax rate so they can accumulate more of the dollars that are being generated by the businesses, and they could just let it seep into the abyss of all the wasteful spending that they do.
Yeah, they're going to use it to hire more people to search my house because I homeschool my kids.
Dude, we pay the highest tax rates in California. And you and I both know that if we drive down a freeway, there's a strong chance we're going to hit a pothole big enough that
Yep.
will blow our tires out. And not
Yep.
just one freeway, all of them in all the major freeways. Like they can't even get that right.
It's bad.
And they got the money to do it.
CrossFit put out a survey. Did you see this? We didn't
No.
do surveys when I worked at CrossFit. Greg was hugely against them. Hi, hello, hola, hey. Thank you for participating in the 2024 CrossFit Open Announcement Survey. This survey is regarding the announcement of Open Workout 24.1, the first of 3 open announcements. Your feedback is important to us as we strive to constantly improve your experience. I haven't looked at this. Have you?
No, I didn't even know this existed.
Do you own a CrossFit affiliate?
But we should do it as me.
Oh, okay.
Do you, I mean, we could do whatever, but I was going to say you could put yes and we could do that.
Are you registered for the 2024 Open?
Personally? No.
Yeah. Are you?
No.
Oh, you're not?
Nope.
Wow. Okay. Are you still planning to participate and complete the workouts?
Only if I'm peer pressured by a group text thread that I'm in.
So maybe.
Maybe. That would have been a yes. I would have done all of them if my arm would have been sufficient.
Oh, okay, that's important. There'll probably be a spot to write that in.
Yeah.
I injured myself doing CrossFit. I injured myself, but not doing CrossFit. Where do you primarily work out? At a CrossFit affiliate, a non-affiliate gym, at home, or other?
CrossFit affiliate.
Okay. Did you watch 24.1 Open announcement and show live or after it aired? Oh, did you watch it live? Wait, did you watch 24.1 Open announcement show live? I don't think they need to put the word show in there.
Yeah. Did you watch the open announcement live or after it aired? Watched it live.
Okay, live. Okay. We're 36% through this.
Wow.
Prior to 2024, approximately how many Open announcements have you watched live?
All of them.
Okay. They got 20 or more. I'll put 6 to 10. I'll put 6 to 10. How satisfied are you with the following aspects of the 24.1 Open announcement? A show format. This is for 24.1.
Show commentators, analysis, and hosts.
Well, let's start with the first one. Show format.
Sorry. I would say satisfied. Somewhat
Okay.
satisfied.
Somewhat satisfied.
Yep.
Show commentators, analysts, and hosts.
I mean, I'm biased because I think we could have done it better. Neutral.
Okay. A show entertainment value.
I don't know. It's hard to tell whether are you referring to athletes? I was extremely satisfied with their efforts in watching them.
Really? Even the second part with the where they remember where they sandbagged that middle workout?
Oh no, that was stupid as fuck. I thought we were talking specifically the open workout.
Okay, extremely dissatisfied.
Yeah.
A show excitement.
Yeah, satisfied about that. It's always exciting to learn the workout and watch them go.
Show quality of information at analysis and presentation.
I mean, communication was fucking terrible. The golden barbell thing and what happened and people not even knowing the open workout and
fair. Okay, I'm extremely dissatisfied. Workout info, analysis, and preparation.
I would say satisfied. They draw that out pretty clearly.
Location of announcements.
Extremely dissatisfied and go fuck yourself. And sign up. That's
amazing. That's amazing. For those of you who don't know, they did the open mile from Susan's gym.
You have to pass my fucking gym that's 5 times the square footage of the other gym that they've been through. We've made the largest contributions to the CrossFit space out of any other media thing. I did a ton of work through the Health Summit, shot a whole entire video on favors in my own dime.
And don't
with
forget,
all
you also
that,
gave. Don't forget, you gave your gym when Don became CEO. You let them use your gym for an event that you weren't even invited to.
I wasn't even allowed to be at.
Yeah.
Just basically open the door to it. Yeah, go. Yeah, nope. Sorry.
What could CrossFit do to make the announcements more exciting and entertaining?
Let the Us Up On podcast run the whole entire event, and you guys stay in your lane and just check boxes for shareholders.
I'm going to put get to the point faster. I mean, basically, that's my biggest criticism. I'd like to see get to the workout faster.
Yeah, me too. There's too much. I hate all this stupid fucking secretive shit too.
Oh, yeah. Tell me that. Talk about that really quick.
Here's the thing.
You told me this yesterday, and I really like this idea.
Yeah. I love the part where we don't know the workout till it's announced. I like that.
Yeah, me too.
All the other stuff where we don't know the athlete, we're not allowed to know where the location is, all this other bullshit around it and trying to create this secret stuff around it. I hate it. I think it makes communication from the games team to the affiliates poor, into the games team to the normal crowd. I think it makes it poor. Like I don't think that it's
we could
necessary.
hype it more. That's what I'm thinking.
Could hype it more.
If we knew who the athletes were, we could hype the shit out of it. Yeah,
absolutely. The athletes could hype it, because now if I know I'm going on week 2 and they say, hey, we got everything set in stone, you're week 2, go ahead and announce it month out, right?
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden we know Colton is going to be there. We know he's going to have Madero's thing. We're going to hype it. He's going to be able to, shoot a bunch of stuff just like we did with what he did for Taylor Self versus the world. Right. Those little videos that they started to shoot were great. And imagine if they did that and all the athletes started to do it. You know that they just would have done it for free on their own. They would have hyped themselves. It would have been better for the athletes with their sponsors, because they could have taken advantage of the time leading up to the announcement, right? And highlighted a bunch of stuff for them. Like there's the location for the gyms could have been done better. We could have known where it was out ahead of time, just to have more people and more presence there. There's so many different things that could have gone so much better had they announced a lot more information, just not the workout in and of itself.
There's some excitement when you find out the workout, and there's some excitement when you find out who the athletes are. And I totally 100% agree that when you told me that the other day on the phone, hey, they should say the athletes sooner, I was like, oh, why? That takes away the excitement. But then I started realizing, no, it's going to be exciting whenever they release it, and we could hype the fuck out of it.
We would have had them on.
They could do some shit talking. Yeah, we could have had them all on the shows.
We could have had them on together. Been like, hey, what do you think about this person? It would have built so much more hype for them, free, by the way, by just releasing the information sooner. And I get there's certain parameters, right? Like they might have certain contingencies, so maybe athletes weren't committed. But once you get all the ducks in a row, which or hopefully they have it out in advance enough, right? Then announce it. Let us all have fun with it. Build the hype, man.
Yeah, we could totally build the hype if they told us athletes. Something else you said that we are going to execute on, by the way. Souza told me this yesterday. If CrossFit doesn't do this next year, the Sevon podcast on our website, I know, I can't even believe we have a website. We have a website, and we're going to make a poster for you guys. And in that poster, in one corner is going to be for the affiliates. There's going to be a QR, and you can print it out yourself. So you could print out 10 sheets of paper and tape them together, and you'll have one big poster. And in one corner will be the QR code to register for the Open, and the other will be the QR code to register your score. And so then the affiliate owners can put that up on a wall somewhere, and they can say, hey, after every class, they can be like, hey, don't forget to go over and point your phone at that QR code and register for the Open.
Yeah.
And when Susan was explaining that to me yesterday, I was like, holy shit, that would be genius. So hopefully CrossFit will pick that up. Next year, we will do that for the Open for you guys and for CrossFit if they don't. Maybe we'll even do a photo contest for people to submit photos for the photo that we use that will be the poster, because the poster will be, some photo. Yeah. And then we'll put the QR codes in the corners. And I think that'll be a great value add for all the affiliates worldwide.
I think that CrossFit Games team should have been putting out as much stuff as they could have possibly done, materials, information, communication, all of that, to make it as easy on me as the affiliate owner to run the events as possible. Here's a poster, here's a big one, here's a paper size, the QR code to submit your scores on every single score sheet. Here's this, here's some videos that you could run, that you could download from your affiliate portal to hype the open. Here's an explainer video that you could put on your personal Instagrams. Like, fill me up so that way my job to sell your fucking shit and then host the logistics of it and run the party every single time in my gym. Make it as easy on me as possible. As easy on me as possible. Do it out in front and say, hey, by the way, do you guys want to do fucking open napkins? You could buy them from here or whatever, right? Or start saying, hey, some of the gyms that run 100+ people through the open, here's the best way they did it logistics wise, right? Like, they set up this thing. Here's a heat time sheet that you could use at your gym. Here, whatever the case, but just make it as easy as possible for me to pull this event off, and give me all the tools and stuff necessary to make it easy to communicate what needs to be done to my members.
They do provide score sheets, right? They do provide score sheets, right? They can go online.
Yeah. They've always provided score sheets.
Another great thing about the Open so far this year is there hasn't been any. There aren't any layouts,
right?
Which is awesome.
Nice.
Layouts are a huge mistake, right?
Yeah. I mean, unless you're doing like a lunge or something, right? Like where it's put part of the workout, leave the layouts away. Yeah.
CrossFit Magni, on a 20-minute workout, having 2 elites and then 4 others, ideally celebrity status, do it at the same time would be cool. 20 minutes of 2 people wasn't very exciting. I enjoyed watching Justin and Colton go at it. I didn't have any issue with that. I didn't have any issue with the camera angles. I liked it.
Yeah. I think the actual, like, the athletes that they chose, the way that the workouts were showcased and the way that we could see it in the film, like, I thought all that stuff was really good, and it's always been good.
Will Brandstetter, they have some other printable material too. I know there's a couple division option posters up in the gym from them. All right, back to the survey. Back to this important survey. I don't know what they're going to glean from this. What could CrossFit do to improve the show workout information analysis and prepare you for the workout? Oh, we just said all that.
Yep.
Okay, maybe I'll write
more
posters
tools
for affiliates with reg QR codes. You like that?
Yep. I mean, yeah. There's lots of things to do.
Okay. How could we improve the location of the announcement? Larger space.
Place it in 4771 Arroyo Vista Road.
Rate the most influential reason for watching open announcements. To be the first to know the workout?
Not at all.
Okay.
Just to know the workout.
Head-to-head matchup of elite athletes?
I like that.
3 or 4?
Yep, 3.
Elite athlete interview reactions?
Yeah, whatever. 3, 2.
2?
Don't matter.
Oh,
yeah.
Workout analysis tips and prep? I think that subconsciously I like to see the layouts for sure.
Yeah, and I like hearing kind of some of the insider information. I think we give him a 3 on that one for sure.
To watch with my friends.
Okay. Yep.
I mean, that's basically what we do.
Yeah, a couple thousand of them each time.
Yeah, okay. What could CrossFit add to make the show better?
To make the show better?
Nudity?
Feet pics?
Yeah, feet pics. More shots of feet.
I don't know. I don't think that's a
more Star Wars. More Star Wars references.
I don't think the actual production of it is bad at all. Do you? I don't think so. I thought they did good.
I thought it was good too.
Yeah, I have no complaints with any of that. I have no complaints with athlete choice. I have no complaints with camera angles, with the production, with the way. I have no issues with any of that.
Yep. Please indicate whether you would like to see less, the same amount, or more of each type of content. Elite athlete career highlights, background, and open strategy. More.
Sure.
Right?
I think people get hyped about that. Yeah.
Interviews with athletes. More.
Yep.
Workout analysts and analysis and breakdown. More.
Mm-hmm.
Coach affiliate interviews and stories.
Do they
More.
have a way more button?
Sponsor discount offers.
I don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that either. The thing is, to be honest with you, I don't recall seeing one sponsor promotion during the Open at all for the first
Me
two.
either.
Like,
yeah, me either.
I don't hear them pumping their sponsors.
No.
If I'm a sponsor, I'd be a little disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just say the same.
Same.
Elite athletes performing the workout. Yeah, more. I like
that,
to see
yeah.
the best in the world do it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Approximately how many minutes of show did you watch?
Oh, jeez. I don't know.
I watched it all. Did you watch it all? Almost all of it?
Yeah, I watch it all.
Yeah.
Up until we go live, then I watch us.
On a scale of 0 to 10, how likely are you to recommend watching an Open announcement to a friend or a colleague?
That doesn't CrossFit?
Yeah, I'm going to say 0.
0. They're gonna think I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the first time I pitched trying to bring one of my friends to regionals in like 2012, and he was like, "So wait, we're gonna drive to San Jose to just watch people work out?" And I was like, "Oh fuck."
No, to look at hot chicks in the crowd. On a scale of 0 to 10, how likely are you to recommend watching any live CrossFit sport content to a friend or colleague? I don't ever remember recommending.
I don't think that's the path to get people into CrossFit, to have them watch people do CrossFit.
Is there anything else you want CrossFit leadership to know about the Open announcement shows? More Dave.
More Dave. And so
I would
far
have
all of them.
I would have
have been-
preferred Dave over Seth Rollins, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, and that just might be
I'm-
nostalgic for me, so I'll admit that I might be biased there. But I love Dave's, like, the whole drawn out thing and how ridiculous it is, and the chalk. Like, I dig all that.
Yeah,
I think
me
it
too.
adds to it, right? Like, it
Me
adds
too.
to it. And I'll get to poke fun at them for it, and we're like, look how ridiculous. Like, I like that.
When I watch UFC, and John Anik, who I like, is they have a press conference before all the UFCs, and when John Anik is the host, I'm really disappointed. I so much prefer it to be Dana White. I like how he interacts with the crowd. I like it how he has bad hearing, so he can't hear. He's like, "What did the guy say?" He's like, "Shit, I can't even hear you." I like all that shit.
Yeah, me too.
I like all of his like quirks and shit. Yeah, Sleeky, more Dave. Yeah. I suspect we're going to do the workout today, me and you.
Yeah, we are. Just don't know where.
I think we can do it at Greg's house.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure there was ample weights there.
There was enough for the 185. That's for dang sure.
More celebrities, they can reach out beyond just this CrossFit following, even low-level celebrities. I just feel like celebrities have never broadened the scope of CrossFit.
Yeah, I don't know what the reason for that would be. I think if you're doing the open stuff, like, that's not the time to, like, I don't think you bring in Post Malone and all of a sudden, like, we have 10,000 more CrossFitters.
I could be wrong, but there was some coach in the NFL. I think it was for the New England Patriots, and he did CrossFit, and the entire team was doing CrossFit, and we did some videos on it. And I just feel like it didn't, like, all of a sudden it wasn't like shitloads of people started doing CrossFit.
Yeah, I don't think that's the way that it works.
I suspect Tom Brady's fitness program is a complete failure.
Yeah.
Can you hear that?
I can, but I have to jam off. I just realized I was like a couple minutes late for something here.
Oh shit. Okay.
Hey,
Okay. You want to?
Are you
Hello,
good?
caller. Hello. I don't even know if this phone's hooked up. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. Bye. Have
Okay.
fun. Thank you.
Okay.
I'll call you
see you in
after
a
the
few.
show.
Yeah,
Okay.
please. Okay. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, buddy.
Bye. And that's it. Sousa's toast. Just like that. Hello, caller. Hello. Hello. Testing. Hello. Does the phone work? Hello. I wonder why the phone doesn't work. Could you guys hear the phone ringing? Hello? Let me unpair it and try pairing it again. Would you like to unpair your phone? Yes. Done. Well, maybe the person hung up. Oh, maybe this thing's not even plugged in. No, it's plugged in. Hello? Fuck, sorry. Whoever called, sorry. Oh, no, you're on the phone still. Hello? Hello?
Hey, this is Tom. Hey, this is Tom from Type 1 Lifting.
Hey, what's up, Tom?
Hey. So I wanted to tell you. So I did 24.2 this morning at like 5:30 in the morning,
Okay.
and I was the only one that actually signed up for the Open, and I was just going in there for a drop-in.
At this gym?
At the gym, yeah. There had to be like 12 people at this gym, and I was the only one that actually signed up for the Open.
Was everyone doing the workout?
Yeah, they were doing the workout and everything, but it was just some of them scaled it, but I was like shocked because I thought, with all the signups and all that stuff, I thought there'd be more people doing the Open.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Well, wasn't your home gym?
No. So I train at a 24-hour gym that has CrossFit equipment, so I didn't want to videotape it and submit it, so I just went to a local CrossFit gym down the street from my house and did it there.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right. Very interesting. Hey, did you ask them why no one signed up?
No, I was too focused on trying to do 24.2, so that was more important to me.
How was it?
Good. I did 8 rounds and I got to 19 double unders.
Wow, that's fantastic. Was there a particular sticking point for you?
My endurance, pretty much. So what I did was I set up the rower, the barbell, and as well as the jump rope in kind of like a triangle. So I was going back and forth that way.
Yeah, nice. All right. Wow, that's a great score.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take it. Being 6'6", it kind of helps out a little bit on the rower.
6'6".
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Was it?
Yeah.
How was the deadlift? Did the deadlift get heavy at all or no?
No, it was easy. So what I did was I used like a chalk block and I just like put chalk all over the barbell where my grip was. And so I didn't have to like take a break and chalk up and go at it.
And obviously no issues with the double under since you got 8 rounds. You mowed through them.
Yeah, I mean, towards the last 2 or 3 rounds, I kind of took a break at 25 and did it over again and just started up again. I took a deep breath and went. So.
Hey, hold on one second. I want to see if I can get you on the. How about now? Nope. Fuck. My phone doesn't work. All right. Good to know. All right. Cool. Well, thank you.
Talk to you later.
Okay. Ciao. That dude has a podcast, Type 1 Lifting. He's had some great guests on. Corey Leonard, we have roughly 100 members and 30 are signed up. Eric Wise, we got over 150 signed up at our affiliate, top 10 in the West, baby. Wow, that's wild. Melissa Odier, Sevi, why do you always bomb shows with Haley Adams? 'Cause I'm in a different reality than her. Oh, hold on. I loved the new Star Wars title. It's amazing. Oh my God. I fucking love it. I don't know what that word is, a whack-a-dack, but fuck, it's so cool. I like the rack-a-dack monsters. Yeah. Sorry. No, I'll send you feet pics after the show. I'm just living a different world than her, dude. If you want me to be completely frank, it's probably because I have a fucking crazy high emotional IQ, like fucking off the chart, and I'm willing to go anywhere. And yeah, I don't do girly pop. I don't think I bombed it though. I to be honest with you, I thought it was fucking great. I thought it was great. That's the problem with being able to go anywhere in a conversation. You're bound. Every single person you talk to, you're bound to. It takes incredible skill because you're bound to bump up against something that offends them, that hits their ego. I can't. She doesn't want to talk about bodies. I mean, That's like one of my favorite subjects to talk about is bodies. She's obviously shy about boys. I don't know if shy is the right word. But I thought it was great. I had fun with her. She was cool. It was fun. Did you guys hear Joe Biden say yesterday that not only did the vaccine cure COVID, but now it's starting to cure cancers? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. This is the mayor of Boston. Her Christmas, she had a non-white Christmas party. If you remember the last time we had her on the show, she had a party and white people weren't allowed to come to it. Here she is again, the mayor of Boston. Now just imagine a Republican doing that. No Republican's ever going to have a party where it's whites aren't allowed. Here we go.
Every human being has the legal right to come to the United States and seek asylum or shelter. When the review of that individual's particular situation, and when that process is so drawn out, people are stuck. They are looking to work, looking to contribute.
Really? Because to me, it seems like the majority of people coming here are here to collect benefits.
Well, and here's the point. They're not stuck. They get to come in this country and hang out. They're not stuck. You don't cross the border and they push you back.
Right now, 3 in 5 illegal immigrants are on welfare and cost the U.S. taxpayer $116 billion annually. And I'm sure she feels great talking in platitudes how we're all human beings on the same planet, but the fact is, no one has a legal right to enter our country. There is a process, and it is a privilege. And as someone who pays into the system, I have a right to oppose people breaking our laws to get here and collecting benefits when they do. Maybe it's just me, but I find it ironic that she's all about inclusion when it comes to the U.S. taxpayer funding illegal immigrants, but when it comes to her own Christmas party, she has no problem excluding you if you're white.
Every person, every human being has the legal.
So you just have to think like that never happens. That never happens in a Republican's under Republicans' control. So if those are your values, you have to think about just what your values are. Is she married to a white guy? Of course she is. Michelle, let's look. Michelle Wu's husband. Michelle Wu husband. Yeah. She absolutely is. Of course she is. I don't. He might be a tranny. I'll show you a picture. Wow. Wow. That's Michelle Wu's husband. God, that looks like it's gone through transition. Listen, she's the first woman and person of color to be elected as Massachusetts city's mayor, Boston. I didn't know Asians were people of color. Thomas Sowell says that the reason why Asians got so far ahead of the other minorities in the United States is because they didn't get involved in politics, that they just put their head down and worked. Captain Rogers, that dude needs TRT. That dude needs something. My God. Isn't that weird how we all just see it? So weird. Pumped for today's show. So pumped. Taylor and Jason. I'm excited not only for to see them work out against each other, but for the post interview. The post interview is going to be wild.
The oppression of our intellectual movement, so no one says anything anymore in case somebody else gets offended. What happens if you say that and someone gets offended? Well, they can be offended. What's wrong with being offended? When did sticks and stones may break my bones stop being relevant? Isn't that what you teach children, for God's sake? That's what you teach toddlers. He called me an idiot. Don't worry about him. He's a dick. Now you have adults going, I was offended, and I have rights. Well, so what? Be offended. Nothing happens. You're an adult. Grow up. Deal with it. I was offended. I don't care. Nothing happens when you're offended. There's nothing. I went to the comedy show and the comedian said something about the Lord and I was offended. And when I woke up in the morning, I had leprosy. Nothing happens. I want to live in democracy, but I never want to be offended again. Well, you're an idiot. How do you make a law about offending people? How do you make it an offense to offend people? Being offended is subjective. That has everything to do with you as an individual or a collective or a group or a society or a community, your moral conditioning, your religious beliefs. What offends me may not offend you. And you want to make laws about this? I'm offended when I see boy bands, for God's sake. Political correctness, the oppression of our intellectual movements. And no.
What a great show. What continuity. The professionally offended. I wonder if they hear this. I wonder what the professionally offended do when they hear this stuff. Do they go into denial? Do they hear this? The people who are professionally offended? Read the comment on that post, Sevon. Really? Do I have to go back? Let me see if I can go back. I can't find it. Sorry. Sorry. My bad. I want to make you happy.
Benjamin Rush, who was a founding father and a physician, warned Thomas Jefferson. He said America needed a clause because he was worried about the medical tyranny. Thomas Jefferson just went, no, I'm not too worried about that. But this is what he said. Unless we put medical freedom into the Constitution, the time will come when medicine will organize into an undercover dictatorship. What the heck happened? What happened just in 2020? We need to fight not only for ourselves, but our kids. Because if we don't get some balls and stand up and start fighting, our kids aren't going to stand a chance. Benjamin Rush, who was a founding father.
A medical dictatorship. One of the nuances that happened during the whole pandemic is that we took information from doctors and we did nothing with it. And we let the doctors also make the decisions. And that's not their job. Their job is to give us the information and then we use our own discernment on what laws to make. And we didn't do that. We let the people who were paid to find problems also make the decision. This is a great point. Chase, Brian, the professionally offended are the ones that preach their feelings are valid. Yeah. Great point. I don't know how I missed that. Sean Lenderman, going back to Michelle Wu's husband, if that's a dude, I am gay. Wait, you think that, are you guys saying that girl, that hot girl right there was a dude? You're saying that this is a dude? Is that what you guys are saying? Come on, man. What are you guys talking about? You're saying this is a dude? I don't think that's a dude. John Clark, Sean, can we bring up the Reddit post regarding HR complaints from HQ staff? Sean. I don't know what that is. Oh, Wu's husband. Oh, Wu's husband. Yeah. Right. Sorry. Fuck. Sorry. Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah, thank you. Wow. I am slow. Yeah, I don't think that I would suspect that might be a woman also. If it's not, it needs more. Well, either way, it needs more testosterone. I can't believe Yahoo's still around. Damn, that's not available either. I had a great clip with Snowden. Nothing new here. Same shit. Oregon governor signs bill to remove reading and writing and math requirements for high school kids to help students of color. It's everywhere, people. Homeschool your kids. Hey. The real Kevin, some people are more reserved than others. There's nothing wrong with that. I think you're referencing Haley Adams. Yeah, I agree. No one is no one should be forced to talk about anything. There's a difference between being reserved and not wanting to talk about something though, and being offended, right? Or not willing to go there. Clock, a group of now 30 plus current and former employees and contractors for CrossFit LLC have raised serious concerns about 2 employees. I don't know anything about it. I don't do Reddit. I'm not going to Reddit. All right. Thank you for the show. Manny Serrano, today's International Women's Day. Thank you. Kiss a woman, slap her on the ass. I'll see you guys tonight, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Taylor Self versus the World. Okay, one more. Mr. Jake Chapman. Hello, Mr. Matuthian. Please, could we discuss how we navigate larger noses whilst going down on our women? Oh. It's a tool. It is a tool to be incorporated in the activities. Love you guys. Thanks for being patient with the show. It's always a little wonky when we're on the road. Talk to you guys.